Our boat is officially leaving the dock today to start our first day of boat training. We have a lot to learn as we take on our new to us Navigator 4800, a 48-foot boat which some would say is rather large for the very first boat to own. But hey, we're a family of 4 and we want to bring guests on board, so we think this is the perfect size for us. Some say we're crazy, and that's just fine, but we're just taking it one step at a time, doing the best we can and trying to learn as much as possible. In the last episode, we moved our family of 4 onto the boat with Taylor and the kiddos seeing it for the very first time and spent the last 2 days getting it ready for this big training day as we prepare to cruise over 40 nautical miles across the Chesapeake Bay to Cape Charles, Virginia.
I've dreamt about this moment for so long. Getting up here early while it's nice and quiet before the kids are awake and just taking in the nature on the water here. It's so quiet, you can hear the birds, the low hum of the engine of that beautiful, I think it's a Celine that just drove by. Glassy water. It's so nice. Today is training day, day 1, and we're going to be crossing the bay, so we got a pretty big leg ahead of us and a pretty big adventure for a first time 48-foot captain. So we have a lot to learn. It's going to be a little nerve-wracking, exciting, but I'm stoked. Big training day, buddy. We're moving the boat today.
Bud, do you want to go on the water today?
Yeah. Hopefully Scott, our captain who will be training us, will be here shortly. He was the same gentleman who did our survey, and I really enjoyed him. So we got a big day today. Since we had a 4-hour cruise across the Chesapeake Bay and we wanted to get into port at a reasonable time, we jumped right into training. We started with our pre-departure checklist and discussed how to handle the lines as we get ready to leave the dock. The goal here is to come up with a departure plan and align on how we will leave. The first step is to identify the status of the lines, looking at which ones are tight and which ones are loose. The ones that are loose we can untie, and the ones that are tight, securing the boat in place, will be our short ties. A short tie is where we'll secure both ends of the lines to the boat and loop it around the cleat on the dock, so once we're ready to leave, we can actually untie it from the boat and everyone is on the boat at the time of departure, making it much safer and reducing the likelihood of accidents or injuries. Next up, we headed over to the distribution panel to unplug from shore power and switch over to our generator. Unfortunately, our boat does not have an inverter, so in order to run our air conditioners, our refrigerator, and the other 120 loads like your typical house outlets, we needed to run the generator power. Technically, you could do this before managing and discussing your lines, but since we were in training and learning, we didn't really want the rumbling of the diesel engines and breathing in that lovely diesel exhaust.
So right now, all the AC is off from the shore power, and then our generator, one of those say start.
This one has a green light.
Okay, push that and hold it.
There you go.
And we're going to let it run just a little bit to make sure it stays running. And now we can turn the generator power on. And we should, the check here is to make sure we have about 120 on the gauge right there. And once that's good and levels out, then we can turn on the AC, make the grandparents happen. And then fridge. That's and then the fourth one's probably battery charger, just so we're charging batteries and not letting them discharge. Everything else, if you're not using hot water, the microwave, stove, dryer, washer, all that, just leave off. Outlets you might want to turn on in case you have things plugged in and charging as well.
Next up was to start the engines and let them warm up. In the meantime, Scott went over the controls at the helm. This boat has hydraulic controls. The red on the right are the engine's throttle. Think of it as like your gas pedal in a car. And the black ones on the left are the shifters, allowing us to put the engines in forward, neutral, or reverse gear. Lastly, before untying the lines, we quickly test out the bow thrusters and the shifters to make sure the boat is operating as expected.
That's good. And then we can do a short little test with the throttles. So what we would do is bump forward, bump reverse, forward, reverse. All right, so that tells us everything's working the way it should.
Okay, it's officially showtime. We are about to leave the dock. Scott took the helm for this one just to get us out of the dock and helped kind of make sense of how the shifters work to help us get a better understanding of how the boat handles. But once we get to Cape Charles, it's going to be me at the helm trying to dock this thing for the first time.
Or the starboard side, when you push forward, the prop is a right-handed prop, so it's turning like this. All right, when you put it in reverse, it turns the other way. Same with this. So when I push it this way, the stern's going that way, so the bow's going to go that way.
So Tay is handling the line, starting with the stern line, and as she moves forward towards the bow line, we're making sure that the boat is staying in its current location using the engines and the bow thruster. Tail calls out when the lines are released, and we're good to depart. As we're moving forward, we're bumping in and out of gear to ensure we have momentum, but maintaining a slow, safe speed.
So this is what I was saying leaving the dock. So watch what happens when I go forward.
Yeah,
Look what the boat's doing, all right? And it's really the stern's going that way, which makes the bow go that way, all right? So if I go back in neutral and do forward on this, so you can actually drive this boat just from the throttles. What you need is to make sure that our rudder is straight though. So we really don't have an idea where our rudder is unless we put it in neutral. And then if we straighten out, because we don't have a rudder indicator, that should be telling us we're in the middle.
Work on that.
We need to work on that. But as long as this is in the center, we could steer all through this channel or into a marina, into a harbor, and just by the throttles. All right? And the good thing is, these props are big enough, the boat moves.
Now we're out in open water and bringing the boat to a cruising speed of around 10 knots as we head towards Cape Charles. You might be thinking, okay, this is great and all, but where are your kids? Yes, we are cruising with two little ones, our son Wyatt and our baby girl Logan, and thankfully for this training adventure, their grandparents, Grammy and Poppy, came along for the ride. And this right here is one of the main reasons we transitioned from van life to boat life and why we wanted a boat with 3 staterooms. We're now able to travel without putting our kids in a car seat, and we can bring guests on board as well. This was a moment of pure happiness and gratitude seeing our long-awaited plan finally turn into action. You look good!
Oh, thank you. It's a very large open body right now, so.
I know. There's 4 more hours.
Good indication. So this is telling you we're going to hold 10-6. We're going with the current. There may be a time when that arrow's red coming against you. So you say, oh, well, when we run at 10,000 RPMs, we should be going 10 knots. Well, if you're running against a 2-knot current, you're going to be going 8.
Yeah.
So if you want to go 10 knots, you're going to need to spend more money.
Interesting way to put it, right?
I feel like I gotta be on my toes.
Probably slide that up, too.
I'm alright. Thank you, though.
We're on the boat.
It's 4 hours, remember.
Yeah, do that.
I think you gotta take a ship, too.
Yeah, I'll step on it as soon as you want me to, Tail.
I'm gonna go through the bridge.
You want to go through the bridge? All right.
Okay, I got it started.
Good job, big boy. As we pressed forward, Taylor continued at the helm while me and Scott headed down to the engine room to do our checks. I forgot to record it, but the first thing we did at the dock was our engine room check to make sure there wasn't any signs of potential failures. One area of concern that we noticed was a leaking propeller shaft packing on the starboard engine. We tightened it down to reduce the dripping before we departed, so we hopped back down there just to make sure it was still working as expected. I guess it's another boat project added to the list that I'll take on once we wrap up training. Anyway, inside, the gang was hanging out, enjoying the comforts of our new floating home. And since the clouds decided to roll in and block the sun, it started to get a little chilly out, so we removed the pilot house sunshade and switched to the lower helm. I must say, I love this pilot house lower helm. Just from this experience alone, I knew we made the right choice, because cruising with 2 small kiddos, they're not always going to want to sit up on the flybridge, and having this is super nice, allowing us all to be together while underway. I like it down here.
Real competency there.
Yeah.
I like the lower pilot house. Like, this is so nice. Having the
Chatting.
and like everyone's here at the table and we're underway. We're almost done our 4-hour leg across the bay here towards Cape Charles, which apparently is a really cool little vacation town. We have our first docking experience will be coming up when we come into the port. It's going to be pretty fun. I'm hoping to get some content of it. I'll put the GoPros up and we'll see if we can get it.
I think it was straighter when Taylor was driving the boat.
Probably. He's more focused. Well, we made it across the bay and now heading into the marina. This will be the first time I ever docked a large boat in my life. Luckily, the marina has a huge open space, giving me plenty of room to feel how the boat handles at idle speed. The first thing we did as we approached the dock was to stop the boat and see how the elements, whether it be wind or current, impact it. Today there was quite a bit of wind pushing against the boat, so we know how to account for that when we pulled into the slip. Unfortunately, I didn't turn the GoPro on for a second view, but you could see Scott assisted me with the bow thruster because I completely forgot about it and was focusing all of my attention on the shifters.
At neutral.
Yep.
Now we're going to stop this spin by thrusting.
Should I starboard bat reverse?
Might get blown forward on port. See what it's going to do now? It's going to shift us over.
Yep.
All right, now come back. Both reverse. And you would keep the bow over. Good. Good feel for it. All right, neutral. And now forward.
Starboard.
Because that's going to kick it over.
Yeah.
You got it. I'm going to thrust us over to reverse starboard.
Oh.
Just starboard, because we need to get pulled over.
Okay. I'm back in neutral now.
Yeah, a little bit more reverse.
Which one?
Starboard. Starboard reverse, that keeps us over. All right, now forward and then back to neutral, just to stop us. All right, now go ahead and hand her the midline.
Once we got it docked, Scott's wife, Terry, hopped on board to teach Taylor the proper techniques when handling lines from the boat. And we all know practice makes perfect, so we took it out for another practice run, and this time Scott was letting me control the boat completely. Before today, I watched several hours of docking videos to get an idea of what to expect and to try and learn as much as I could before taking control of the boat myself. And I'm so grateful we have these headsets that allow me and Taylor to communicate without raising our voices and still be able to hear each other just fine. When docking, Taylor is my eyes, indicating how close or how far I am to the dock and making sure I am clear as I back the boat in. As we wrap up for the day, the last lesson was tying the boat to the dock and line management. Scott and Terry recommend having a debrief after every docking session to share what went well or wrong so we can always continue to improve. Overall, the day went really well, and I was stoked to cross a large body of water like the Chesapeake Bay on our first day of training to really see how the boat handles in 2-foot waves. It will definitely help give me that confidence I need as we make the cross at the end of our training on our own without Scott. All right.
Are they not the sweetest?
Oh my God.
Were you nervous docking or were you fine?
I was pretty confident, I feel like. Day 1 in the books. We did 5 hours. I forget how many nautical miles.
It was 5 hours.
5 hours from when we turned on Aquamap, so we might have left the dock. I mean, it's 5:46, so you're going slow in through here, and we practiced docking a bit, so.
Plus, I mean, I wasn't really, he was saying, like, when we get to the bay, we'll turn it up, and I don't think either of us really turned it up because it was so windy.
No, we did. We turned it up. Well, 10 knots was turned up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, you guys, thanks for coming, guys.
Oh yeah.
How was the cruise?
Our pleasure.
A little loud, but maybe. But other than that, it was okay.
Very good.
Mom caught a nap.
I did, and it was like a rocky nap.
Yeah.
Like, I felt the splashing on the sides. It was kind of funny.
Oh, did you hear it a lot?
Yeah.
Was it loud slaps, or was it okay?
Not. I mean, it was kind of like. I like the sound of. It's like a sound machine, water sound machine.
Oh, nice.
So, because I never nap, and I thought I only napped for an hour, and it was 2.
You ready to dock tomorrow?
I'm a little nervous, but I'm ready.
You're gonna do great. You're gonna crush it. Look, Logan's excited for you too. Night 1. We decided to get pizza, take it easy tonight. We got dead rice pizza. Apparently it's really good. But I'm just admiring the boat right now from afar. It looks so nice. Day 1 was a success. Thank you, Scott. So Scott and his wife Terry are amazing. Scott did our survey and then offered to train us as well. So we're blessed for that. And it's been a real pleasure today. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, but check out this boat.
All right, ready for dinner?
Ready for dinner.
Pizza time?
Say pizza time.
All right, pizza time. We'll play this after pizza time.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good luck, guys. Awesome.
Successful boat day.
Cheers. Successful boat day. Kev docked like a champ.
Finally dinner.
Oh, that's so nice.
What a big boy.
That was so nice.
Cheers, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done.
Wyatt, gentle. We don't want to fall off, right?
Well, that's it for our first day of training. In our next episode, there's a storm approaching, so it's a race against the clock to get some more training in before the wind picks up too much and it starts to get dangerous. Let me know what you think if you find this training style video interesting, or if you'd like me to focus less on the boat training aspect and more on the boat lifestyle of a video. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and we will see you in the next one.